next.
Two sizable earthquakes shake the San Andreas Fault and send shockwaves from San Juan Bautista to Santa Rosa. Also, a new proposal on the table that could bring an end to the East Bay garbage strike. And a watchful eye on Wall Street today as the market recovers some of what it lost in yesterday's big slide.
That's another round of hot temperatures around the Bay Area. We're going to check out your Bay Vision forecast and let you know when it's going to cool down. I'm Lawrence Carno.
And I'm Ken Bastida. Stay with us. The news is next.
Channel 5 serving the best place on earth. Now, Eyewitness News is everywhere.
From the North Bay in Rio Neto, a new chance for financial aid for victims of the El Nino mudslides. From the South Bay in San Jose, the world's second largest PC software maker slashes jobs. And from San Francisco, the city names its first poet laureate. And good afternoon, I'm Ken Bastida. Our top story this lunch hour, the Bay Area shakes, rattles, and rolls. Aftershocks continue to rumble parts of the Bay Area at this hour following this morning's earthquakes. Here's what the largest one looked like on the Channel 5 seismograph earlier this morning. The quakes struck at 7:10 this morning, the largest one registering 5.4 magnitude. Some minor damage has been reported. Cracks have shown up on the surface of Highway 101 near Gilroy. There's a picture from Chopper 5. Caltrans at this time has no plans to shut down the roadway, but it is making some repairs. There are also some reports of things falling off shelves in stores and in homes, but no serious damage was reported, and there is no word yet on any injuries. In other news, Channel 5 viewers reported feeling the quake as far north as Santa Rosa, as far east as Concord. Juliette Goodrich joins us now live with that part of the story. Juliette?
Hello to you, Ken. I talked with seismologists this morning from UC Berkeley, and they tell me that right now, in the next 7 days, there is a 10% chance we could have another aftershock that is 5.4 or more. Are you prepared for another earthquake? Well, if your answer is no, then you may want to take a look at this. We are in Lafayette at the Lafayette Glass Company, and they specialize in making earthquake evacuation packs like this. There are a number of items in here. This is a case that you should leave by your door. This is for a family of 4. There's a first aid kit. There is some cooking utensils, knives. There's even a solar-powered radio, whistles. You name it, they have it in here. It's a good idea to have because in most cases, you don't get a warning before earthquakes. In fact, seismologists at UC Berkeley tell me there were no warning signals before this morning's earthquake, just as there were no warnings before the Loma Prieta earthquake. Now, this computer program illustrates exactly what happens right after an earthquake.
11.13, and the NASDAQ also rebounding quite nicely, up more than 26 points. And just ahead, something goes drastically wrong for a classified spy satellite on its way to orbit. We'll have that story coming up next. Also, the plans to bring home the remains of those Americans killed in the bombed-out embassy attacks in Africa. We'll have an update coming up. But first, here's a look at the latest numbers from Wall Street once again.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Sleep. You're watching Ken Bastida and Weather Everywhere with Roberta Gonzalez. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
Well, something...
You're watching Ken Bastida and Weather Everywhere with Roberta Gonzalez. Eyewitness News is everywhere.
Well, something went terribly wrong this morning when the Air Force tried to put a classified spy satellite into orbit. A 20-story tall Titan IV rocket lifted off from Cape Canaveral.
We're looking down on the Baitable RV Resort right now. There's a lot of motor homes there as well. They fared very well because they're up on 4 wheels or even more. But the trailers were the ones that were the hardest hit. A lot of those sustained some minor damage. And there is a lot of loss in terms of product there at the store. And that's a story from the Baitable RV Resort, one of the chief areas that have been damaged today in today's shaker. I'm Len Ramirez reporting live from Chopper 5.
And still ahead, an icon of San Francisco's beat generation is honored by the city. We'll have that story when we check news where you live.
And you're looking for some cool air? There it is, just about the only place in the Bay Area. We'll let you know how you can keep cool when that fog's going to move in. Weather everywhere coming up next.
The only thing tougher.
Ken, that's the latest from here. Back to you.
Yeah, I love Bucky's white shoes, too. That's it for this edition of Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Ken Bastida. Our next newscast at 5 o'clock. We'll have a complete wrap-up of the earthquake for you. Give you the very latest. We'll see you then.